March Madness is officially here, and look at this beautiful bracket. It is the best time of the year. And let's just get right into the predictions. First up, we got UConn, and then FAU versus Northwestern. I do think FAU was a bit overseeded, but I will go with them. You know, they got the same lineup basically from last year returning, and I'll give them the slight edge over Northwestern. San Diego State over UAB, Auburn over Yale. BYU, they are so streaky. They could be so good or so bad. I think they'll avoid the upset over Duquesne, but we'll just have to see. Illinois over Morehead State. This is going to be a good game. Washington State versus Drake. I'll give the slight edge to Drake, and then we'll go with Iowa State. Down into the West, we're going to go with UNC, of course. This is also going to be a good game. Never bet against Tom Izzo in March, though, so we'll go with Michigan State. St. Mary's will avoid the upset over Grand Canyon. This will be also another very high-powered offense game. We'll go with Alabama, though. New Mexico will beat Clemson. Baylor over Colgate. I'm not falling for the Colgate trap, the toothpaste trap. Nevada, oh my gosh, I feel like these two teams should be, swap seeds. Nevada is criminally underseeded, and Dayton is criminally overseeded, but we'll go with Nevada. And then Arizona, hopefully they don't get upset in the first round like last year. To the south, we got Houston over Longwood. We're going to go with Nebraska and Tominaga over Texas A&M. James Madison, it doesn't matter who Wisconsin was playing. They were going to lose first round in my eyes anyways. Duke, not falling for the Vermont trap. You know, Vermont always makes it just like Colgate, but, you know, they never amount to any tournament wins. NC State's pulling off the upset. I've been to the ACC tournament, saw NC State play 3 different times, and they just looked so good during their run. It's hard not to pick them. Kentucky, I don't think it matters who wins between Boise and Colorado. I'm going to go with Florida. And then Marquette. To the Midwest, I swear to God, if Purdue loses to another 16 seed, that's just, no, they're done. Cancel them. We'll go with TCU. Now, I feel like for this game, everyone's rolling with McNeese, but I don't think Mark Few and Gonzaga they're gonna bow out first round. And, you know, since everyone's picking McNeese, I think I'm just gonna go with Gonzaga. I don't know what Kansas's situation is, if Dickinson and McCullers are returning or not, or I don't even know what their injury status is. But you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go upset. Samford pulls off the 13/4. And then we're gonna go with another upset. Oregon over South Carolina. You know, I'm not buying in on South Carolina. Creighton over Akron. Again, I don't think it matters who wins between Virginia and Colorado State. I think Texas has that. And then I'm going with St. Peter's. I'm being so serious. Now, in an alternate reality, I'd pick St. Peter's because that is my school. I've been repping them since 2019. You can't even call me a bandwagon when they went on their Elite Eight run in 2022. I've been supporting them before COVID, but I have to be realistic. Gotta go with Tennessee. Now on to the round of 32. Now, I don't know why, and I don't know how, but somehow, some way, UConn's gonna lose. Like, they're gonna get upset. I just have this feeling. I don't know how. There's just no logic behind it. FAU will pull off the shocking upset, and they will be playing Auburn in the Sweet 16. They will defeat San Diego State. I got Illinois. I think they're just on a good run right now, and BYU, like I said earlier, they're pretty streaky with the 3-point shot. Yeah, I just got Illinois with Terrence Shannon. Another upset, I'm going with Drake. I just have a feeling, like, I don't know why, like, I like Tucker DeVries. I don't know, I just have a feeling with this is going to be like the little upset region with FAU and Drake. But, you know, you got to pick some upsets in March, and we got to be ballsy out here, so screw it, why not? In the West, this is literally 2 home games for North Carolina. Now, I know I said not to bet against Izzo in March, but I'm going to do it anyways. I don't know what to think of this game, honestly. St. Mary's plays so slow, and Alabama plays so fast. Honestly, St. Mary's always loses in the second round anyway, so I'm just going to go with Alabama. I'm going to go with another upset, New Mexico. And then I'm going to go with another upset. This is looking like the Mountain West bias out here with Nevada. But Arizona, they've done me dirty in the past. And, you know, I just don't trust Caleb Love in Arizona. Like, they're just going to find a way to just sell and lose. And, you know, I just don't see them going far in my eyes. But who am I to say? Over in the South, Houston, I think they're going to overwhelm. Their defense is going to overwhelm Tominaga and company, and they'll move on. Dukes versus Duke. We're going to go with Duke. Moving on. And then, as much as I love DJ Burns and NC State and the way they just tore through the ACC tournament in person, I got to go Kentucky. Their offense, the freshman duo between Dillingham and Shepard, they can compete with anyone. Kentucky, like, if they can just play some sort of defense, this team will be hard to stop in March. But that's if they choose to play defense. And can they stop DJ Burns? We're going to go with Marquette over Florida. And then in the Midwest, death, taxes, and a TCU squad always losing in the second round. Purdue. Then we're going to go with Gonzaga over Samford. And then I like this Creighton team. If they can hit their shots, they're going to be dangerous. And we're going to go with Creighton. And then, honestly, it's Rick Barnes versus his old team in Texas. Do I feel upset? Do I want to pull upset? Yeah, it's my video. I'm going upset, and you can't convince me otherwise. Texas over Tennessee. Sweet 16 in the East. We're going Auburn over FAU. FAU's nice little run will come to an end. As much as I want to go with Drake the Rapper, we got to be realistic. Illinois versus Auburn. The Battle of Orange in the Elite Eight. Down in the West, we're going with North Carolina. Alabama just doesn't play defense. And then, okay, the Battle of the Mountain West teams. Woo! We're going New Mexico. We're going to go with New Mexico. We are going with the 11 seed New Mexico. Okay. South, Sweet 16. We're going to go with Houston. I think their defense will overwhelm Duke. I think they'll find a way to shut down Filipkowski. I got them moving on. Versus Marquette. It'll be Houston versus Marquette. And then down here, Purdue already beat Gonzaga earlier in the year, so I'm just going to go with Purdue. And then they'll play Creighton over Texas. And then the Elite Eight. We're going Auburn. I just have this trust in Bruce Pearl. Like, they won the SEC tourney in 2019, went on a Final Four run. Probably should have made it to the champ game if they would have called the double dribble. But 5 years later, he gets his Final Four run again. Versus Marquette. Go with like limited number 1 seeds. And speaking of 1 seeds, I'm taking the 2 1s. I just said earlier, or moments ago I should say, that I wasn't going to take number 1s, and here I am taking UNC and Purdue. They're going to end the Cinderella run in New Mexico, and I like Creighton, but I think it's Purdue's year to finally make it out and make it to the Final Four. So the Final Four is set. We got Auburn and UNC in a rematch of the 2019 Sweet 16, and we're going to go with UNC to represent as a semifinalist. Auburn's run will unfortunately come to an end. I just think UNC, like, they're going to make their return 2 years later, and they're going to make their return versus Purdue, setting up a national championship between UNC versus Purdue. Now, I got Purdue. Purdue is taking this. You can't convince me otherwise, buddy. This team just gives me 2019 Virginia vibes, and I think Zach Edey will get his revenge. That whole team will get their revenge, and Purdue is taking the national championship with 138 total points being scored. Yeah, that's the bracket. We're gonna submit it. Purdue will get their revenge from losing to a 16 seed last year to winning it all. You can't convince me otherwise, buddy.